Hi, my name's Rachel, and welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time to my channel. Today, I have another Shadow and Bone video for you. Surprise, surprise. If it's your first time here, make sure you subscribe and like this video. I have a bunch of Shadow and Bone content. I sometimes have my husband on with me. Our entire playlist is linked down below. So let's break down episode 2 together. So this episode starts us off by showing how Mal and Alina are listening in on the other kids at the orphanage who are total dicks talk about the Grisha test, and the other kid is saying that Mal can't be tested because he's injured. Alina and Mal ran off because they are scared of getting tested, particularly Alina, because she doesn't want to end up finding out that she's Grisha just because she doesn't want to be separated from Mal. Switches over to the present, where Mal and Alina are injured on top of the skiff just after being attacked in the fold. They get separated since Alina has shown that she is Grisha. She gets healed by a Grisha healer, whereas Mal has to go off to the medic because he is First Army. Inej and Kaz get into a spat because Inej knows that she cannot leave Ketterdam because she is technically still property of Tanta Helene. She wants Kaz to give up on this job, and he says absolutely not. Alina goes before General Kerrigan, who asked, "What are you?" And he reveals that she is in fact a sun summoner. Mal sees this from outside Kerrigan's tent and initially is hurt, thinking Alina had hidden this Grisha talent from him all along. Next we see Kaz, who's getting attacked by Pekka Rollins and company. Again, this version of Pekka is a lot more ruthless, and I'm personally loving it. There's a lot in this conversation that alludes to Kaz being angry at his past run-in with Pekka Rollins, and Pekka not knowing what Kaz is talking about. So for anyone who hasn't read the books, they're not likely to pick this up, but anybody who has knows that Kaz is absolutely has it out for Pekka and wants to destroy him and his empire brick by brick. Pekka threatens Kaz and says that the job with Dreesen to go after the Sun Summoner is his territory and that Kaz needs to step away. Kaz then uses his big brain skills and gets a lead on a way into Ravka through the fold, the conductor. Obviously, none of this happened in any of the books, so I had no idea who the conductor was, and I was very intrigued. Alina is told she's being taken to the palace in Oskurvo. She tries to see Mal, but is denied by Ivan, and then we get this heartbreaking shot of Mal and Alina being separated, which, yes, I cried. Mind your own business. Inej is summoned by Tanta Helene, owner of the menagerie, where Inej was sold as a slave and who Kaz is now paying off her indenture to. She tells Inej that if she kills a particular man, supposedly a slaver, she'll consider Inej's debt. Inej has a major moral objection to murder. She is very good-hearted even after all that's happened to her and struggles with whether or not to do this. Alina is on the way to Os Alta and in the carriage gets into a conversation with Ivan and Fedor. Fedor is so well casted and well played. I'm so pleased with what they did with his character, and this relationship between him and Ivan is honestly kind of cute. Their convoy is attacked by Fjorden Druskela, and we get a great fight scene where we see not only some of the different Grisha powers, but also how the Keftas are bulletproof. Alina gets dragged away by one of the Fjordens, and just like in the book, the Darkling rides in at the last minute to save her by performing the cut, which was described way less cool in the book and looks super cool here. I cannot lie to you. So speaking of cuts, we cut to this great Easter egg of a conversation where Jesper tells Kaz he wants him to consider hiring a demo man, which is a hat tip or Bedora tip, I guess, to Wyland Van Eck, who is one of the six in the Six of Crows book and Jesper's eventual romantic partner. Kaz speaks to an old business acquaintance who tells him that Tanta Helene is after the conductor as well, and then we cut to Inej questioning the man Tanta Helene sent her to kill, who turns out to be the conductor and not a slaver at all. Kaz steps in and tells Inej this, explaining that Helene knew and was using Inej to sabotage the mission. The Crow's part in this story is so high stakes, so fast paced, and their issues are so time sensitive that it really leaves you on the edge of your seat watching while simultaneously being very entertained by Jesper. Alina is put in a suite at the little palace where she promptly cried, which was absolutely heartbreaking. Mal is seen looking for a way to get to Alina when Mikhail and Dubrov step in and help him see sense Alina is at the little palace and there's no way Mal is getting in there without a reason or an invitation. Mal agrees to stay and Dubrov is like, I don't get it. She kept her power a secret, so why isn't he mad at her, thinking that Alina had lied about being a Grisha this whole time. And Mikhail tells Dubrov, we all do foolish things when our friends are in trouble, leading us into this scene where Kaz uses his Crow Club as collateral to convince Tanta Helene to release Inej to him for this heist. I think this is actually setting us up for season 2 2, and the stakes are just so damn high. This makes me question whether or not we will actually see the ice court heist in season 2, or if Kaz will still be dealing from the fallout of this decision that he made here. Alina and Mal are seen lying apart but thinking of each other, which just hits you right in the feels. Just this shot here, despite having no dialogue, really drives home how deeply they both mutually feel for each other. So that wraps up episode 2. My thoughts are, I just continue to love seeing Jesper on screen. He really is like the light and joy of this show so far. I cannot believe how incredibly well done in Amita Suman's performance of Inej is. She's able to emote so much just with her face and saying nothing, and she really just amazingly embodies the Wraith and being able to slip into the shadows. Despite having no magic, she really is such a magical character. I am absolutely simping over Mal and Alina. I love how much screen time Archie Renault got as Mal. He made Mal so lovable. Tanta Helene, I really was able to hate her so easily, and Deirdre Mullins was barely on screen, but she really nailed the performance of Tanta Helene. This episode felt like it wrapped up so quickly despite being like 45 minutes long. I don't know if anyone else felt that way. Let me know down in the comments. So that wraps up episode 2. Let me know what your favorite part was. Like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.